Jonathan is still not stopping with that precise crosshair. He's still putting some players down from the side of Entity. Gil has already pushed in as he has understood that, you know, this is the side where GodL has actually done the damage. Now, rotating around, this is the, you know, lurker for the team. This is the person who's going to scout around, try to detect where the players are. But Gil has to understand that SC Pukar is pretty much close to him, and he could actually do the damage against the side of GodL Gil.
Oh, indeed. The damage could be there right now, anytime soon, right now. Yeah, trying to decimate him out, but then if a mini sports Papa nahi marenge is going arm onto the fight. Look at that. Team is going to be the, I guess that's 3-player of Team 8-bit going decimating at this point. Now let's see how the last man is going to survive from the brutal blow. Eventually, if we talk about K-Mini Sports, look at that. From multiple angles, they are trying to find out multiple guys. But then Exo Snacks also goes on. PS also been picked off. Sensei has already been knocked out. And I guess this is, let's say, close to the end of Team Exo. I don't know what is going to happen to Team Exo. But yeah, 2-man standing for Team Exo. That's not good enough because they are on the verge of getting crossed by some other teams like Team Celsius. And look at that. If we talk about Team Celsius, 5 amazing points for them. Meanwhile, losing one good guy of their team. And if we talk about another leaderboard chaser, that's going to be Team Soul. And with that, I guess if I'm not wrong, Team EXO has been decimated.
Absolutely. You know, somewhere I'm just waiting for the confirmations to come in, but GodL is still taking the same fate. You know, they try to come to the center of the circle at the 5th circle. Rather, you know, they have some options of holding few corners. Now, they put buggies all around to play as a compound, but at the same time, one thing GodL does is they taunt more enemies can they fight out. Oh, Team EXO going down with 0 finishes. Now is an opportunity for the side of Team Soul, Team 8-bit, Team GodL, everybody below the side of Team EXO to actually pick up points and create that pressure. Now, I do understand that the fight between the side of Team Entity as well as Celsius and Su coming in from the side of Team 8-bit can actually give an opportunity for the side of GodL. Now, 8-bit has walked into the wrong crosshairs because ultimately either GodL or the side of 7Cs can actually take them out. And I do believe it was 7C's Spray God who actually stole that kill. Now, neyoo and Nations have been compromised. So, 7Cs is still not going to stop with all those resources they have. They're going to tag out as much as possible. Now, Celsius is cooking up a grenade against the side of Team Entity. If this connects, we know that this is going to be the end of the side of Team Entity, and it looks like Max is going to be doing the maximum damage against them, and that's going to be goodbye for the side of Team Entity.
Oh, indeed. That was a good one nade coming up right now because this guy was holding a very good upper ridge, and eventually if the smokes get depleted, he could pick him off. Now look at that. Team 7C has to be in the zone, but they are going to get contested on the right angle. Team GodL for sure. And yeah, Gil is already there with the G28. Let's see what eventually happens. But yes, so one thing for Team GodL that they also have to be in the zone. And one team that is looking really very sharp in terms of position, that's going to be Team Soul. Look at that. They have no contestment or close to 0 at this point. But then Team Velocity with the 4-man power has to push in. Team Skylar's Gaming, Somras, the IGL of Skylar's Gaming has to do some wonders at this point. And eventually, if I talk about Team GodL, they are also getting decimated from multiple angles. I guess they have the 4-man standing, but till when? That is going to be the major concern. K-Mini Esports, meanwhile, is also getting tagged out. Celsius Max has been picked up by the hands of Team Velocity. This is it for Team Celsius. That's good enough. But one team which is getting very close to lifting that championship trophy, or let's say getting that leaderboard into their perspective, that's going to be Team Soul at this point. Holding a good location was good enough for them. But now what is going to happen is going to be the answer. Getting an answer is going to be the main verdict.
I have to see how GodL is going to perform this, right? Team Circle, they're playing a divided gameplay, you know. They're like, we both bait it out, the rest of you just make it inside the circle, so we have an opportunity inside. But ultimately, 7Cs versus Soul has already taken place over there. Soul Goblin on the other side is also put on the side of VLT Kratos. All those throwables he had in his hand is all cooked off at this point of time. I know that he started to do the decimation against them. Goblin has pushed in and, you know, taken a little bit of a damage as well. Omega on the other side has put up 2 more grenades, and I do believe with that grid zone being formed up by the side of Soul, I think that's the end of the side of Team VLT. Now, Johnny on the other side, they are trying to push in as well. So this is the side of GodL trying to come in and take down the side of Team 7Cs, because they know if this corners is cleared out, then it's going to be very, very easy for the side of GodL to have all 4 men standing and take a fight against any single team. So K-Mini Esports versus the side of GodL is still taking place. Some more throwables in the hands of Soul at this point of time. They have picked up a lot of kills for themselves. Prince somehow comes into the crosshair, slowly jumps off from that position, probably gets into a vehicle at this point of time. Omega on the other side is going to put down 7C's Spray God. Now this grenade, this shot coming in from the side of Goblin, I do believe that it's going to be the end of the story for the side of another team, as it's going to be Soul picking up 9 good finishes for themselves. Very, very clear it is that Soul is going to be holding the top of the table after this fight.
Oh, indeed. It's going to be a Predator versus Predator fight coming up. Look at that. We have Prince on the verge of getting... Yeah, Prince has been Now it's going to be Sevitar. Sevitar, meanwhile, is from could be Team Soul trying to decimate him out, but yeah, Aladdin goes down with a brutal blow. And yes,
Oh
once again,
no,
Team Soul
steals
does
the
the
kill.
wonders right now. Once again, Team Soul Samega comes up with a brutal blow, and I guess the finish for Jonathan was there right now, but eventually, yeah, there we go. The blows are here.
Yes, absolutely. Now we have to see how the things are going to go forward, because it's going to be Soul versus the side of Team GodL. We are seeing that, the side of the side of GodL has a very good opportunity as neyoo gets taken down. Goblin almost getting tagged out. It's a 3v3 fight converted by the side of Team Soul. Now clutchgod is also trying to do his best, but Soul is playing mind games over here. They're not only taunting the enemies, but also coming into such kind of covers when nobody's going to tag them out. Now, we don't know where the final circle has formed up, as the minimap is not visible on the screens at this point of time. So let's see how that is going to turn out for them, as Goblin is also trying to push in with the smoke grenade. He sees clutchgod at this point of time with that 4S play. He's going to be taking him down. Johnny's connection is not happening, and this is not turning out for the side of Team GodL at this point of time. I know some throwables are going to be coming in from the side of Soul, so Johnny has to be pretty careful, because the obvious position of him holding behind that, behind this drop is going to be pretty crucial. Now we have to see this 3v1. If Johnny gets taken down, I have never seen a team decimating the side of GodL so clearly, as Goblin is going to be tagged off as much as possible. He is seeing the side of Goblin at this point of time. No throwables in the hands of GodL. This could be a problem for the side of GodL, Jonathan.
Oh, indeed. Look at that. We have a right spray coming up, and just like aspect of Jonathan tried his real best to eventually from Team Soul, but then eventually what happened? Team Soul comes with a brutal blow, and I guess Goblin was the one who was trying to be a bait, and then eventually from the right angle, just like that, a spray comes in, and I don't know the guy which actually eliminated, which actually was the final eliminator, but yeah, he manages to put down, and